Hey you guys, it's me Gemstone. I hope you're doing really well. I decided to do another reading today. This is I would like it to be a regular thing, like to do sort of regular kind of morning readings. Obviously you guys are seeing it whatever time of the day you guys come across it, but I just kind of felt like Spirit was kind of telling me to do these readings. So, and plus, I haven't done any readings on my channel for a good long time, like consistently. And I've always sort of meant to kind of get back into doing it consistently, but I feel like I've also needed time for myself and time to kind of reflect because I'm going through my own spiritual journey and processes. So sometimes, like, I just have a lot going on anyway, like, just emotionally, all this kind of stuff, and spiritually. So I think that's sort of the times when I've kind of disconnected from my channel, sort of my going through hermit phases, where I kind of feel like I need to kind of go within and just retreat kind of away kind of thing. And yeah, and I think with me I'm quite an introvert anyways. So it's sort of there's times where I kind of feel like, oh, I have to kind of go within my shell and kind of unplug from everything that is going on around me. So yeah, but you guys know anyways, whenever I take a break I usually come back and do something for a bit and whatever. But I think that I've kind of needed to do that, and so that's kind of, I guess, where my channel, that's kind of the theme you could say of my channel, is kind of times where there's content and times where there's not, but then I come back. So, and it's cool. And For me, uh when I look back, like on videos I've made and stuff like that, I kind of feel like this channel is almost like a diary almost, um, in terms of looking at my own growth and progression on my own spiritual journey. And I don't share like a lot about myself personally on the channel, but tarot obviously has been a big part of my spiritual journey and practice. And I kind of feel like even what I've put out there, um, I know the help that it gives to people. And I don't feel like, I think for some people, obviously being on YouTube is about the views and it is about growing your channel and all this other stuff. And I think when I first kind of developed this channel, more than anything, it was about me talking about something that I really enjoyed, and something that I also felt was very kind of misunderstood. And I think in a lot of ways, tarot and oracle cards are still very much misunderstood by kind of sort of the wider society. Because for me, I look at these tools more as self-improvement and self-development tools, more than I look at them as, oh, just tools for divination. So and I wish more people kind of looked at it in that way. I think over time we are more leaning towards that, and I think that's sort of why oracle cards and stuff has kind of gone through this big sort of resurgence, where there's a lot more people are kind of interested in it and are a bit more open to it. But at the same time, it's like obviously you still have groups of people that feel very negatively about it, and I guess that's kind of where you could say with sort of the more traditional values that people have or beliefs that people have kind of conflict with these kind of tools that people can introduce into their spiritual practice, but it's always looked at a certain way, you know. So yeah, even though like tarot has been around for ages, divination is nothing new. It's very old, older than religion even. But um, I don't know. It's always this weird. I don't even want to get into all that. Let me just get into the reading. That's like another video to get into all that history and everything else. So yes, let me pull some cards from this one first. This is the Untamed Truth Tarot. I love the color of this box. It's so pretty. Really gorgeous. I've had this deck for quite some time. It's not one that I use a lot, but it's just one that I could never get rid of. I don't know. Over time, I've gotten rid of quite a lot of decks, like sold them on and stuff like that. But this one, I could never part with. So let's see what shows up for this morning. Oh my gosh, look at the card that came out. Oh, yeah, it does have multi-language in this deck. So that does say, oh, F-U-C-K. Okay, that's what that says. I kind of think it's funny that this deck has sort of swear words in it, but only two of the cards. This one is emotion and this one is partnership. Oh, good. What are you going through in a partnership? Oh, jeez. And then this card just came out. I wanted to pick only three, but this is restriction. So is somebody feeling restricted in a partnership? Someone's made a mistake. I feel like someone may have cheated with this OF card. I think someone maybe did something that they didn't mean to do, and it's all becoming revealed with your emotions and this moon being shown here. So it could be some hurt feelings that you're having to deal with, or something is showing up here. Something is coming to light about something somebody did in a partnership. And now everything is restricted. And as you can see here, it almost looks like a corpse of a dead animal. So something might end because somebody either stepped out or did something that messed up everything. The difficult thing about that, especially when you're dealing with people's emotions, is it reminds me of literally a conversation I just had just before this reading with somebody. And it wasn't about a relationship at all, but it's coming to mind intuitively when I look at these cards. The thing about when trust is kind of gone in a relationship is that it's extremely hard to get it back. Like, trust is one of those things that if you do something that you can knowingly hurt your partner, it can be extremely difficult for that trust to be regained because of the fact that it's not something that we as human beings tend to just hand out to anybody. Like, usually trust is something that is built up over time, and obviously the more you get to know somebody, you technically get to trust them because of their actions, maybe the way you've seen them behave around other people or the way that they've treated you. And so if all of a sudden they do something that they know is going to be hurtful to you and you find out about it, maybe they try to keep it secret and then it becomes discovered, it's almost like now you look at that person in a whole different light. And so now where you may have felt like, okay, this is somebody I can share my life with, I can share intimacy with, I can be open to. Now it's like there's a wall that is put up. And especially if this person is a person that is very sensitive, because that's what I'm picking up intuitively, a person that is very sensitive with their emotions, like maybe somebody that has already been through traumatic experiences in the past in relationships or had a lot of challenges, and maybe even in childhood to do with trust issues and things when it comes to parents and other stuff. It can be really difficult when you're with somebody and then they treat you in a way that shows you that they are not trustworthy in terms of your emotions. So it might cause the ending of a relationship, and there might be a lot of work if you wanted to maintain this relationship in order for something to grow here. Because as you can see, it's like weeds have taken over this dead forest. Like there's nothing looking healthy and prosperous and abundant. It just looks like it's just all just fading away. It's all withering away. And so, that's another thing with relationships. Relationships need to be nurtured as well. So if you're in a relationship and it's kind of feeling stagnant and there is no effort on either person's side to really put more effort into keeping things fresh and healthy and having honest conversations and finding ways to maintain the bond, it just over time it kind of falters and it just becomes more difficult for that relationship to last. So yeah, somebody needed to hear that message. Somebody. So I like this deck. This is the Soul Coaching Oracle cards. It will kind of tell us what we need to do or what energy we need to be embracing to help this situation. So let's see, what energy do we need to embrace? One of joy. Wow. So even in the sadness or when things don't go right or when everything just feels like it's going completely wrong, it's saying sometimes it's hard to find the joy in a situation, but somebody may actually come into your life that may renew your heart in some kind of way. So if, let's say, for instance, you have been in a situation that basically sounds like this, where you've been cheated on, lied to, deceived, somebody has, taken your trust and they weren't worthy of it. It's saying it doesn't mean that you can't open up your heart to the right person, because sometimes we just trust the wrong people. Sometimes it's not necessarily us that's the issue. Sometimes it's the other person that's the issue. But then we blame ourselves because we feel like, oh, I should have known better, or I should have figured things out like before it got to this state of being this bad or whatever else. But it's just a case of sometimes we meet people in life that come in to teach us certain lessons, but it doesn't mean that we now have to close our heart off to anybody that comes our way. It's just a case of sort of taking your time and still being positive about things that's going on anyway in your life, within yourself, when it comes to relationships. So yeah, it's kind of saying don't paint everyone with the same brush. Just because you couldn't trust one individual, it doesn't mean that you will never find somebody in your life that you'll be able to fully trust and be with and be in a healthy relationship with. And the next card is Simplicity. And it says, deep, profound serenity is expanding in your life. Oh, so you're coming into a state of better well-being, a better sense of well-being. And I feel like if you're the kind of person that is really busy and you live quite a hectic life, you have to kind of take the advice of this card and try to simplify things so that you have more time for yourself. You have more time to do the things in your life that you enjoy. I feel like this card is more about making space in your life for other things, not just doing just to be doing, but making space in order for you to be able to have more joyful experiences. So that's where the joy comes in. So let's see what the legendary ladies have to say. Let's see what they're going to add to this. I love this deck. It's just so cute. And it's a really nice, like, goddess kind of deck. So let's see what goddess shows up to give us advice. Oh my gosh, I can never pronounce some of these. But it's transcendent. So what are you transcending at this time? Let's see. Universal connection and inspiration. Oh my gosh. The first thing that came to mind as a message, it was saying that this is a time where if you're finding that some of your partnerships that you've been in are not going right, or let's say like you really wanted to be in a partnership and it hasn't really happened for you as yet, it's saying the reason why is because there's a spiritual connection that you have to form that is really important for you right now. And it's almost like if somebody came into your life right now to have a relationship, it would be a distraction away from something that's really important for you at this time. And it's to do with your spirituality. So if something, like I said at the beginning of the reading, if there's this heartbreak situation or ending, it's almost like the universe is saying you will transcend this drama. You'll be okay through the drama, because I feel like someone is going through drama with this card. Someone is going through someone is going through some hectic drama, and I feel like a whole bunch of people might be involved or getting involved or saying things in reference to this. And so it's kind of saying you're going to transcend any kind of drama that's in your life, and you'll be able to be a better person as a result of it. It will take some time to get there, but it's like the universe is saying to you, whoever is out of your life at this time, don't look at it as a sadness or a sad thing. Look at it as a blessing, because there is something really important that you have to achieve right now that it's trying to focus you towards. Because this is a spiritual woman. Like the spider woman, she's the crone energy. She's wise. And so she may not have a person in her life because of the fact that, you know, with her age and her wisdom, like she might be the kind of woman that outlives her partner, or might even be a woman that may never have really had a partnership because of this sort of focus of what her purpose is in terms of like, especially this, the image I'm getting from this lady is somebody that's almost devoted their life to their community, or devoted their life to a family, or to just a group of people that needed her. So you may not always be in the position to have partnership maybe at this time, not to say forever, you're always going to be this way, but it's just that there's a greater purpose that you have at this time. And that's why you're being inspired. You're being inspired to create different things and to pursue different avenues. And you're going to find the passion in your life through these other avenues. So don't worry about the people that go out, you know, the people that leave. When they're leaving, it always feels hectic, and it's like you want to hold on to people. We always do that. Like, certain people that have been in our lives, especially if they've been in our lives a long time, we don't want to see them go. But there is a rebirth happening here. This is the card that was underneath the deck. There's a rebirth. So, you know, you have to let it go. And it says fresh start at the bottom. So this is a lesson in letting go. That's what this reading is. Letting go before it gets this bad. So peace and many blessings to you guys. I'll be seeing you